To protect his sister, Tanjiro is told something terrifying. If she ever kills a human, he must kill her and then himself. Hi friends, this is MangaWithMay. Welcome back to Demon Slayer. Last time, Tanjiro lost his family and began his journey with Nezuko. In this episode, his training begins. We begin with a letter from Giyu Tomioka to Sakonji Urokodaki. He writes about Tanjiro Kamado, a boy whose family was slaughtered by a demon, yet still had the courage to challenge him unarmed. He also mentions something unusual. Tanjiro's sister has become a demon, but she hasn't harmed a single human. There is something different about them. Tanjiro even has a strong sense of smell, just like Urokodaki. Giyu believes there's a chance he might break through and asks that he be trained. Back at the temple, Tanjiro asks how to finish the demon. He first thinks about stabbing it, but realizes that won't be enough. Then he considers crushing its head with a rock. But that would take multiple blows, and it will suffer. Tanjiro hesitates. He wants to end it in one clean strike. Urokodaki notices immediately Tanjiro's kindness and his hesitation. To him, that hesitation is dangerous. Just then, the demon begins to wake up. Tanjiro realizes he took too long. But before he can act, the first rays of sunlight hit the demon. It bursts into flames and disappears. Tanjiro understands now this is why Nezuko fears the sun. Nearby, Urokodaki gives the victims a proper burial. Then he introduces himself. He is Sakonji Urokodaki. Tanjiro introduces himself and Nezuko. But Urokodaki interrupts him. What will you do if your sister eats a human? Tanjiro hesitates. And in the next moment, he is slapped. You hesitated. You couldn't even finish the demon before sunrise. That hesitation means your resolve is weak. Then comes the harsh truth. If Nezuko ever kills a human, Tanjiro must kill her, and then he has to take his own life. That is the responsibility he carries. Do not let your sister take an innocent life. Do you understand? This time, Tanjiro answers immediately. Yes! Urokodaki turns. Bring your sister and follow me. Then he starts running. Tanjiro follows, but quickly realizes something. This man is fast, far too fast. Tanjiro struggles to keep up and wonders how someone that old can move like this. Even more surprising, his footsteps are completely silent. Tanjiro begins to fall behind. His legs burn, his breathing gets heavier, but he doesn't stop. He thinks of Nezuko, of how she always put others before herself, of how she protected their family, and that thought pushes him forward. I'll turn her back into a human, no matter what it takes. He keeps running. After a while, they arrive at a house deep in the mountains. Tanjiro collapses, exhausted. Did I pass the test? Urokodaki looks at him calmly. The test hasn't even started yet. What? Tanjiro freezes. Then they begin climbing the mountain together. The path is steep. The air gets thinner. Tanjiro is already tired from the run, but he keeps going. After they've gone far enough, Urokodaki stops. He tells him before disappearing, "You will go back down this mountain and return to my house at the foot of the mountain before dawn." Tanjiro blinks. That's it? For a moment, he feels relieved. With his sense of smell, he thinks this will be easy. Big mistake. He takes a step, a rope snaps, a trap is triggered, stones come flying toward him, too fast. He tries to react, but they hit him hard. He stumbles back, missteps, and falls into a pit. As he climbs out, another trap is triggered. More attacks from every direction. The mountain is filled with traps. And the air is thinner here. Breathing becomes difficult. His head starts spinning. Tanjiro forces himself to calm down. If the traps were set, they must carry a scent. And if he can smell them, he can't avoid them. Step by step, he moves forward. Not perfectly, but he keeps going. And before dawn, he makes it back. Bruised, exhausted, but alive. Urokodaki watches him carefully. He sees it, potential. And in that moment, Tanjiro is accepted. He finally understands. Urokodaki is not just an old man. He is a former member of the Demon Slayer Corps, an organization dedicated to hunting demons. Swordsmen who risk their lives to protect humans from creatures that hide in the dark. And this training is not just about survival, it's about becoming one of them. From that day on, Tanjiro begins training. Every day, he writes in a diary for Nezuko, keeping track of how long she's been unconscious. Months pass, nearly half a year, and she still hasn't woken up. Tanjiro worries, but he doesn't stop. He trains every day, running the mountain, avoiding traps. At first, barely surviving, then gradually mastering them. After that, he trained with a sword, practicing breathing, footwork, and control. Time passes, almost a year. Then one day, Urokodaki tells him, "I have nothing more to teach you. There is only one thing left." In front of Tanjiro, a massive boulder. Cut it. If you can't cut this, you may enter the final selection. The final selection is the entrance exam for the Demon Slayer Corps. Only those who survive it are allowed to become Demon Slayers. Tanjiro trains relentlessly, but no matter how hard he tries, he can't cut it. Frustrated, he yells and headbutts the rock. "Shut up!" A voice interrupts him. Tanjiro lifts his head. Standing on top of the boulder is a teenager wearing a fox mask. Tanjiro freezes for a moment. When did he get here? He has no smell. "Shut up," the teen's voice is sharp. "Stop whining. Act like a man and deal with it." Before Tanjiro can respond, he jumps down and attacks. Tanjiro raises his sword just in time. The impact pushes him back, and before he can recover, a kick lands, hard. Tanjiro stumbles. The teen doesn't stop. "You're slow, weak." He looks at Tanjiro coldly. "The way you are right now, you're not a man by any definition." Tanjiro tightens his grip. The teen steps forward. "Prepare yourself. Come. Let me see your power." Tanjiro hesitates, then speaks. "Wait. You are using a wooden sword, and I have a real one. I can't fight you like this." The teen suddenly bursts out laughing. He keeps laughing, mocking him, as if what Tanjiro said was ridiculous. "You still don't get it. I can cut that. And you can't even do it." His voice turns serious. "You've learned the technique from Urokodaki-sensei, but your body hasn't. In a real fight, you won't have time to think. You'll just die." He attacks again, fast, relentless. Come, bring it on. Let me see your power. Tanjiro steps forward, determined this time. He moves in to strike, but the teen is faster. A sharp blow to the chin. Tanjiro is sent flying upward. Everything goes white, then black. When Tanjiro opens his eyes, a girl is sitting beside him. She had been waiting for him to wake up. Tanjiro slowly sits up, still dazed, but his mind immediately goes back to the fight. He is amazed. The teen's name is Sahito, and his movements, his speed, his precision, it was completely different from anything he had learned. He wants to be like this too. The girl's name is Makomo, and she tells him one day he'll be able to do that as well. And from that day on, everything changes. Makomo teaches him every day. She corrects his movements, fixes his weaknesses, and as she watches him, she notices something: his breathing. The way he uses it is inconsistent. Tanjiro pauses. The way she explains it feels familiar. He's learned this before from Sakonji Urokodaki, but he still doesn't grasp it correctly. Makomo helps him understand how to use his breathing with his movements, with his timing, with his attacks. And at the same time, Sahito continues to spar with him every day, relentlessly, no holding back. Between Makomo's guidance and Sahito's pressure, Tanjiro begins to change. Days pass, weeks pass, months pass. Then, one day, he stands in front of Sahito again. This time, Sahito holds a real sword. Tanjiro steadies his breathing. Today, he will win. They move at the same time, but this time, Tanjiro is faster. His strike lands first, clean. He cuts through Sahito's mask. As it falls, Sahito smiles, a quiet smile, filled with sadness and peace. Makomo's voice echoes, "You must win against that person too." And then they disappear. Tanjiro stands there, breathing heavily. Then he looks forward. Sahito is gone. And in his place, the boulder, split cleanly in half. And finally, after a year, Tanjiro was able to cut through the boulder. Will he survive the final selection? If you want to follow his journey with me, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for listening to Manga with May. I'll see you next time.